So I haven't done one of these in a while, so let's discuss another point of bootblacking etiquette. For those who don't know, my name is Buck, I'm your friendly neighborhood bootblack, and I teach about bootblacking and leather care here on TikTok. And if you don't know what bootblacking is, I have a pinned video on my profile that explains it. So today's point of bootblacking etiquette is for the bootblacks. So this is basically just a reminder that not everyone who sits in your chair is going to be on the same page as you, and that's okay. So for those of you who are familiar with how I bootblack and my style when I'm working the bootblack chair, it is very playful. I tend to lean into being very flirtatious, very playful. It's that kind of environment when I'm working the bootblack stand. And one of my favorite go-to phrases while I am bootblacking, if I am feeling it, is I will lean in and just ask, "So how do you feel about having your boots licked?" And usually the response is really positive and it ends up being a really fun scene. Not always the case though. One time recently I asked that very same question, being very playful. The man sitting in the chair was incredibly hot. And his response was, "Doesn't really do anything for me." This was not someone who was looking for an experience. This is someone who literally just wanted to get his boots done. Now, I have not met many bootblacks like this, but I have met a few that would take that as an insult. And like those same bootblacks will try to force an interaction that the person sitting in the chair doesn't really want, or at the very least that they're not really looking for. So my response to that, okay, cool. And then I kept working on their boots until he had fully cleaned, conditioned, and pristine looking boots. So no, not everyone is going to be on the same page as you and wanting to be as playful or interactive as you would like them to be while they're sitting for you. And that's okay. Remember, never take that kind of thing personally. And you owe it to them and to yourself to do as good a job on their gear as if they had agreed to that kind of interaction with you in the first place.